Every Minecraft world starts like this. You find a place to call home, make a starter house, then start doing bigger and better things. But soon you realize it's far too small to hold all of your items, so you abandon it, build a storage system, then live out of that from now on. That starter house you made was basically useless. So for this hardcore world, we're completely skipping the useless starter house and going straight to building a fully automatic storage system with capacity for close to 14 million items. Welcome to episode 1. This is gonna be insane. Step 1 is gonna be to find a place to build this storage system, since after all, where we build this storage system is going to be our main base area for the entire series. So it's super important that we find a good place to build it. Let's see what's over here. Whoa, look at this place. This might be the spot. Yeah, whoa, this is beautiful. We have a fairly flat area to build tons of stuff in the center, and it's surrounded by mountains on 3 sides. I think this will be our home. Yeah, look, and there's a chicken right here for me. Hello. All right, now that we have an area chosen to build our storage system, it's time to start collecting up the 3 most important ingredients to build this thing, and that's going to be wood, iron, and redstone. Those are arguably some of the most important things for just general Minecraft as well, so I'm going to be building farms for all 3 of those. But not before we take our first nap in this world. All right, our first farm is going to be an iron farm. You guys have all seen an iron farm get built a million times, so in 3, 2, 1, and it's done. Let's see. Okay, it's already producing us iron. Nice. Up next, we're going to build our wood farm, and we're going to need some pretty exotic materials to build this, with a lot of them being found in the nether. So I think we should grab all of our iron and turn it into a full set of armor and tools. And there we have it. We're ready to go to the nether. Let's build a portal, make a flint and steel, head to the nether, and start gathering up some materials. That's the nether materials all done. Now it's time to get the rest of them, starting with a few stacks of redstone. We are going to need a lot of this stuff today, but thankfully to build the tree farm, we only need about 4 stacks. Diamonds. Ooh, there's so many skeletons. Let's grab the diamonds and go. Oh geez, this is bad. Oh god. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, please, 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 please. Oh my gosh. 1.5 hearts. That is not very fun. Okay, here are the diamonds. Nice. Oh, it's a big vein too. Amazing. I may have almost died for these, but it was worth it. And there's even more up here. This was not really part of the ingredient list to build our tree farm, but I guess I might as well just grab them. The diamonds led me straight to some more redstone too, which is amazing. Okay, we have everything we need. Let's build this farm now, which is gonna go like this. Here's our tree farm all done. Let's see if it works. It is. Nice. Okay, let's test out this part now. Oh, wait, we need to add bone meal. Hold on. Let's go like this. It's working. Yeah, nice. But we're already out of bone meal. So if we want to be able to use this farm, we're also going to have to build a bone meal farm. And I think for that, I'm going to build a cactus farm. Earlier on my way to the swamp, I found a desert and got some cactus. And I think this will be perfect to use as a bone meal farm. So let's just get straight to it. I'm going to be building it right over here. And there we have it. Let's see. Is it working? Okay, it is. Nice. Oh, and I also decided that it was time to make myself some diamond armor and tools, because I already had the diamonds, but for some reason I wasn't using them. So this will make us a lot safer. But those are our 2 main farms done, our iron farm and our wood farm. That leaves us with just 1 farm left to build, and that's the farm to get redstone. Now, I could build a witch farm, but the nearest swamp is like 3,000 blocks away, and it doesn't even have a witch hut. So instead, I'm gonna be building a raid farm. Those are basically witch farms, but you can also get emeralds and totems. But it's gonna require quite a lot of materials to build, so let's get straight to it. First up is some sand so we can get glass. Up next, we'll need some slimes. You're not a slime. Oh my gosh. And okay, it's been 4 nights and I haven't even gotten a single stack of slime balls. And we need over 7 stacks of slime balls. So I think we should just build a slime farm. If I look over here and think really hard, a slime farm will appear. And in basically no time at all, we already have all the slime that we'll need. That was quite the detour, but let's finish collecting the rest of the resources now, which is first gonna be some extra bones to power my tree farm, which I'll use to get some wood. Is that killing my cows? It's killing my cows. Wait, no. Oh god, I gotta move them things. I have a cow farm set up too, by the way, because I needed food. We should probably relocate these guys though. But with that done, I can take my slime balls and turn them into slime blocks, as well as some sticky pistons. And then the rest of the materials are just gonna be a bunch of random redstone items, which will look something like this. Let's go build this farm now. It's a good thing chest boats are a thing, because I have so much stuff that I have to carry over to this build site. Wait, I can lead boats. I forgot about that. Hold on. Can I lead my chest boat? What the heck happened to it? It's stuck. What? It's sinking? What? What happened to my boat? Why is it sinking? I did not even know that was possible. This is so stupid. We're gonna have to go like this. What a disaster. Oh my goodness. Anyways, let's load up my boat again. Hopefully this time it doesn't sink. Let's see if I can lead this thing up here. Oh my god, I can. This is game changing. Look at this. Yo. Come on. Look at that. Wow. I don't even need a donkey anymore. I can just do this. But I think in this ocean, fairly close to spawn would be a pretty good spot to build this farm. And if I spin around really fast, it'll turn into a raid farm. This took so long to build. But with this farm done, we now have the 3 farms that we need to get all the materials to build this storage system. Let's see if this thing works. I already have 2 ominous bottles from 2 patrols that spawned earlier. So let's just see if this works. Okay, we have raid omen. Oh my gosh. Okay, I hear them. Oh my gosh. I'm not killing them like right off the bat. Ooh, it looks like it's working though. Oh, there's Vexes. Wait, oh god. Hold on, hold on. Oh my god. Jeez. Oh no. Are they chasing me? I really hope they're not chasing me. They're chasing me! No, oh my gosh. Wait, where's my boat? Jeez, no! Please leave me alone. Oh my god. Look at all the Vexes. Oh my goodness. Jeez, this is bad, guys. I'm just gonna have to keep boating until they despawn, I think. What was I thinking? Oh no, the water ends right here. Oh gosh, let me heal up. No, this is so bad. They're still here. No, please. Okay, there's only one chasing me now. I should be able just to kill him. Come on, there we go. Okay, and the rest despawned already. Wow, so it looks like that farm doesn't work unless I have a good sword. So I think we know what to do next. That's gonna be to get some good enchantments on my sword. And getting enchantments is gonna be important for the rest of this project as well, not just for using the raid farm. Let's rewind for just a second. If we're gonna pull off building the largest storage system I've ever built in hardcore Minecraft, we're gonna need one super important item. And that's a beacon to mine out the underground area for the storage system a bit faster than this. But rewinding some more, to even get a beacon, we're gonna need to fight a wither. And for that, we're gonna need some enchanted armor. Rewinding even further, to even be able to fight a wither, we're gonna need wither skeleton skulls, which are a whole lot easier to get with looting 3 on our sword. So on top of being able to use our raid farm without dying, we're gonna need enchantments for a whole bunch of other important things. So let's get straight to work. Over here, I have a little villager breeder area, and I used that to get all 6 villagers for the raid farm. But now I'm gonna convert it into an enchantment factory. Using some composters, I'll get 2 of these guys to turn into farmers, and I'm gonna re-roll their trades until they sell me potatoes and carrots. Oh my gosh, look at that. That's amazing. We'll now grab some bone meal and use it to farm some carrots and some potatoes. Hello, friend. Nice. And now that I have a source of emeralds, I can harvest up some leather from my cows. Dude, I killed so many and there's still so many left. What the heck? Anyways, now that I have leather, I can grab some sugarcane from my newly constructed sugarcane farm. I'm doing a ton of off-work camera in between these clips. Wait, what? Off-camera work. But I can use my sugarcane to craft paper and then some books. I'll then turn these books into bookshelves and then into lecterns. And then if I come back over here, I can get some of these guys to sell me some good enchantments. Let's see. Multi-shot first try? No, thank you. So I'm just gonna sit here for a bit and re-roll them until we get something good. Wait, can I sleep with you guys? We're having a sleepover. Okay, the re-rolling continues. This is like brain-injuringly annoying. Aha, it's just me and you, buddy. Looting 3? I think I'll take that. Let's harvest up some more carrots and potatoes, sell them for some emeralds. Looting 3. Nice. Let's make a second lectern now. Let's see what else I can get. Oh, sweeping edge 3. Let's buy that. Wait, and that actually gives me an idea. If I lock this guy in and buy sweeping edge 3, then this is one of the enchantments that I need on my sword to use my raid farm without dying. With the only other enchantment that we need being sharpness 5. So if I spend a bit of time breeding these guys and get sharpness 5 from another villager, then I'll be able to use my raid farm to get a bunch of emeralds so I can buy even more enchantments. And I'll also be able to get lots of XP points so I can add it onto all my armor and tools. I think that's a really good plan. Let's throw these guys some bread and let's see if they'll make me some more villagers. Oh, it's already working. Nice. We'll have tons of enchantments in no time. Okay, we did it. It's not exactly what I wanted, but it's close enough. Sharpness 4, and I have enough emeralds to buy 2 of these. So if I come over here and craft myself an anvil, I should be able to combine these 2 into sharpness 5, add them onto my sword, along with sweeping edge 3, looting 3, and I also got a mending villager. Look at this. This is basically a perfect sword aside from unbreaking 3. And I also got an efficiency 5 villager and a villager that sells mending for 9 emeralds. Kind of insane. But with our newly upgraded sword, that should be everything that we need to use our raid farm safely. So let's go test it out. Okay, here we are. Let's see if it works. Okay, raid omen. Nice. Oh, I'm terrified. Okay, I hear them. Nice. They're spawning. Yeah, here they come. And I'm killing them instantly? Yes. Looks like they're dying instantly. Nice. Look at that. That was an entire raid all at once. Amazing. Those are my last bad omen bottles, so I'm not going to be able to do any more waves. But let's see if the collection system is working. Yeah, look at that. Nice. Oh, we got one extra. Cool. But most importantly, lots and lots of emeralds. And also redstone. That's the whole reason why we built this farm to begin with. But let's just get rid of all the other garbage in here. Now, I'm gonna go try to get some more ominous bottles so I can power the raid farm and get even more loot. Hello, pillagers. Thank you for your bottles. Alright, after about a full day, I managed to get 18 ominous bottles. So we'll use those to power the raid farm. That way we can get some more emeralds to get even more enchantments. After lots of enchanting, check this out. We basically have fully maxed out armor and tools. I asked some people in my Discord server to come up with the stupidest names they could for my items, and they did not disappoint. Here are some highlights. My boots are the Riz Runners. My leggings are the Pog Pants. My axe is the Tree Tickler. And nobody could come up with a good name for my chest plate, so I have no clue what to name this. But this is all the enchanting that we had to do, so it's time we put these enchantments to use. And that's going to be to get some beacons. That's the whole reason why we got these enchantments in the first place. But before we go to the nether, I'm going to grab myself a saddle. I'm also going to craft myself up a fishing rod. And we're going to use this to get ourselves a strider, which is going to make getting around the nether a whole lot easier. All we have to do is grab one of these guys, and we can craft ourselves a warp fungus on a stick. Okay, let's find a strider now. Hello, I have things for you. Nice, here he is. Okay, let's put a saddle on you, and we should be able just to get on, right? Yeah, nice. All right, where should we go? Oh, there's a fortress over there. Wait, yeah, look at that. Wow, that was not too far. Let's go check this one out and see if it's good for wither skeleton spawns. And we're in. Nice. Hello, friend. And I guess now begins the hunt for some skulls. I hope this doesn't take forever. Ah! Oh, we got one. Nice. Our first skull. Perfect. Just 2 more to go. Oh, there's our second skull. Oh, we got our third skull. Nice. Amazing. But now that we have that taken care of, all we have to do is get one more strider. Oh, and I should probably turn my lights back on. Hello. All right, let's head home. It's time to fight this wither now. Where should I do this? All I know is that it's not going to be here at spawn because that would be terrible. So maybe we should do it underground, actually. Oh yeah, because I need tons of deep slate for this build anyways. So if I fought the wither down in a cave, then it would probably be a lot easier and I could also get tons of deep slate. That sounds like a good plan to me. So let's head down into a cave. I'm going to need to make my way down to deep slate level. Can I make it? Yes, I can. Now that we're down here, I'm just gonna dig down a bit more. And I think this should be good right here. How tall does this tunnel have to be? I think 2 tall is probably fine, right? Let's extend it about 100 blocks now, and we'll spawn the wither at the end of it. Okay, hello. I'm scared. Basically, if everything goes according to plan, then it should come towards me, breaking a bunch of deep slate, and we should be able to collect some. Let's see. Hello. Oh, yeah, it's breaking things. This does not seem to be working. Oh yeah, it's kind of working. It's very slow though. Hello? Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. Oh, this is not really working that good, guys. Hello, wither. Okay, looks like this is a failed mission. But it is what it is. We're just gonna have to fight this guy normally now, I think. Hello. Ow, that hurts like a lot. Okay, he's almost down to the half health phase. Can you just die, please? Thank you. Okay, here he is. Hello, friend. Oh my goodness. I'm getting low. Hold on. Wait, oh, if we can get him low like this, then this might be it. Yeah, come towards me. Wait, I think it's working now. Yeah, this is actually working. This is great. Okay, let's lure him this way for a little bit. I made myself a tunnel boring machine with this wither. All right, I guess we'll just do this until we get to the end of the tunnel, and then we should be able to kill him and go collect all of our loot. Come on, buddy. Keep coming towards me. You're doing a great job. And now that we're at the end, we'll just finish him off. Hello. Thanks for your service. Whoa, look at that. Look at all the stuff we got. Oh my gosh, let's go collect all of it real quick. I bet we're gonna have an insane amount. Yeah, look at that. Oh my goodness. This worked really good. We're not even done collecting all of it yet. I probably won't even have room in my inventory. I am pleasantly surprised. This worked really good, actually. But that's all I can fit in my inventory. And look at this. We have a full inventory of deep slate. That is amazing. That was so easy. We'll definitely have to do that again when we fight some more withers. But with that done, it's time to head back home. Oh, and find some diamonds along the way. All right, we're back at spawn. That was not too bad. But now that we're here, it's time to craft up our beacon. The first ingredient is 3 obsidian and 5 pieces of glass. All right, here we go. It's beacon time. Nice. So now that we have this beacon, let me tell you the plan for how I'm going to use it. The whole reason why we got this beacon in the first place was to be able to get haste 2 so we could mine out the area for the storage system a whole lot faster. But I want to make this build look great as well. So this is what I had in mind for the entrance to the storage system. Since the chests where we'll store our items are going to be fully underground, I'm going to build a large hole that goes from the surface down to the storage system. In that hole, I'm going to build some walkways around the edges, decorate all the walls with some cool stuff, and on top of the hole, there's going to be a crane bringing items in and out of the storage system. But that's the plan, so let's start with step 1 of this build, which is going to be clearing out the hole for the entrance to the storage system. I think right over here would be a pretty good spot to build this, so let's dig down a little bit, place down a beacon. Nice. We'll add haste 2 onto it. Now it's finally time to start working on this build. This was a long time coming. I'll be back once I have everything cleared out. Okay, that took an insane amount of time, but check this out. The area for our storage system is all cleared out now. As I was doing that, I accidentally broke 4 pickaxes, hence the version names on these things. But this was probably the most tedious part of this entire project, and we did it. So with this all done, now it's time for some building. Just so you guys can get an idea of how this build is going to turn out, I'm going to build the crane on top of the entrance first. And that's going to be part of a larger centerpiece for this build. I've already gone ahead and gathered up all the materials that I'm going to need for this, so let's get straight to work. I'm first going to start off with a bit of terraforming since I want to place the crane right on this edge of the entrance. All right, we now have a much flatter area to work with. So let's start outlining the base of this crane now. I want to make it a fairly large base. Something like this should be a pretty good size. Then on this base, I'm going to start building up some pillars for supports. I want this thing to look fairly strong after all. And I think something like this for a base looks pretty sturdy. Now it's time we start building the actual crane itself. Right here, I'm going to place some trapdoors like this. And I'll start building up the main body of the crane. All right, here's the progress so far. And now over here is going to be the counterweight for the crane. Since it's going to be lifting very heavy stuff over here, it needs some weight over on this end so it won't tip over. But with that, let's keep building. All right, and here it is. This looks so cool. It might be a little short, but I don't want anything too massive around this build. Something like this is perfect size. But since we have our crane, this crane's gonna have to lift something, right? So that's what I'll be building next. All right, let's start with getting a nice long cable coming down from here. Now I'm gonna build up the base of this thing now. This is basically gonna be the base of the pallet where all the cargo will sit on top of. Now that we have that, we're gonna have to secure it on the sides with some chains like this. And then on top of here, we'll place some iron bars. And I'm gonna build a structure up here that's going to support this entire payload. And then much further on top, I'll add some stuff like this and some iron trapdoors to strengthen it. Okay, let's see how this looks. Oh yeah, nice. That looks really cool. Let's add some stuff inside of it now. Since this is going to be a storage system down here, it's only fitting that I add a bunch of barrels as well as some chests. And we'll also add a couple lanterns around here for some lights. And look at that, we have a bunch of chests and barrels being loaded down into our storage system. It's nothing too crazy, but I think it's going to add a lot to this build when it's complete. And speaking of that, we still have a lot of work to do, so we better get straight to it. And I think next up, since we've done the crane, we should finish building the entrance itself. And that's going to be what this giant hole is for. I'll start with doing a floor down here, which will look something like this. And from there, we'll start building up the walls, starting with some deep slate towards the bottom, and then slowly fading up into some stone towards the top. And then in these walls, I'll also add in a bunch of different blocks to add some texture and a walkway around the entire thing to be able to access it. And then on top, I'll add in some bushes and some flowers to give it even more detail. And here's the entrance all complete. This looks so good. Now the only thing left to build is the storage system itself down here. And this is going to be the most resource intensive part of this entire build. To pull this off, we need 80 stacks of hoppers, 65 stacks of chests, 40 stacks of redstone dust, and 14 stacks each of redstone repeaters, torches, and comparators. This is going to be insane. But we should have a farm for every single material that we need to get, so hopefully gathering up all these items shouldn't be too difficult. Let's start with all the hoppers. Since after all, this iron farm has been running since basically the start of this world, so we should have quite a bit of iron down here. Iron plus chests equals hoppers. But it seems we've run into multiple problems. First of all, every single piece of iron I had made me only half of the hoppers I'll need. And secondly, I used all of my bone meal to get all the wood to craft the chest to make these hoppers. So we're all out of iron and we're all out of bone meal. But thankfully, there's one thing that'll fix both of those problems for me. And that's gonna be with some more farms. Specifically, more iron farms. Since after all, these produce iron, but they also produce poppies. And if I grab these poppies and bring them over here, I can turn them into bone meal. So that's how we're gonna solve our problems. We're just gonna build even more iron farms. And if I look up in this direction and play a time lapse, then a bunch more iron farms will appear. It's just 3 more of these basic ones. But I made it a little fancy since all the items from all 4 farms converge into here. And down below, there's item filters and item elevators to separate the bone meal from the iron. Over here, we have quite a bit of iron, and in here we have a decent amount of bone meal. But this should hopefully take care of our bone meal and iron shortage. And I guess as we let these farms run, we should go to our raid farm and stock up on some redstone. But once again, we run into a problem. This raid farm produces less ominous bottles than it consumes, so eventually I'll always run out of ominous bottles. But thankfully, there's another farm that we can build that fixes this. And it's an ominous bottle farm. And these farms are extremely easy to build. All we have to do is find a pillager outpost in a relatively flat area. Oh, this is perfect. All right, now that we're here, all we have to do is let out an iron golem to help us. This guy will kill all the pillagers for me, hopefully. Go, assist me, please. All right, and with this guy taking care of things for me, oh, he's already farming ominous bottles. Anyways, we're gonna start clearing out this pillager outpost now, and then we'll start building up this farm. Good work, Iron Golem. Okay, the farm is all done, and it looks like it's working pretty well. I was up there for about 10 minutes, so let's see how much we've gotten so far. Okay, wow. That is quite a lot. We got over 20 of every single type of bad omen, which in total is over 100 bottles in about 10 minutes. That is kind of insane. This is gonna make our raid farm so much easier to use now. And speaking of our raid farm, we still have quite a bit of redstone to get, so it's time we use that farm as well. And after a bit of time AFK at our raid farm, we have all the redstone that we'll need. And it's kind of an insane amount. Each of these blocks is 9 stacks of redstone dust. And also, as I was using the raid farm, our iron farm was going, and I got this much bone meal. Honestly, not that amazing, but it's still pretty decent. But most importantly, we got an insane amount of iron. This is definitely going to be enough for all the hoppers that we have left to craft. But with those materials taken care of, the only thing we have left to do preparation-wise is just a bunch of crafting. And crafting is quite boring, so here's a montage of me crafting up all the redstone stuff, chests, hoppers, building blocks for the inside of the storage system, and everything else. And finally, after so long, we have every single block that we'll need to make this storage system happen. I could not wait to start building this. But first, let me go over the plan with you guys. If we come down here into the center of the entrance that we built earlier, you'll see there's 4 holes in the walls that lead to different parts of this massive area that we dug out. And it's these 4 holes that will lead to 4 separate parts of our storage system. But what I have to figure out now is how I'm going to organize this in a way that makes sense. We have 4 different sections, but I have 9 categories of blocks that I want to organize in here. So I think for this to make sense, I'm going to draw out a plan for how I'm going to organize this. And that is not a circle. What? Okay, hold on. I'm going to spend a bit of time brainstorming this, and I'll be back once I have an idea for how I'm going to do this. Is this finally a circle? Yeah, close enough. Alright, after spending a bit of time messing around with this, I think I have a pretty good layout now. So if you see right here in the center is the circle representing our entrance. That's going to be this right here. And then we have 4 areas that come off each side of the circle, just like over here. And I guess now that we have the layout, it's probably a good time to tell you guys about each of the 9 categories. So firstly, coming off the left and the right of the entrance is the wood section and the building blocks section. But moving on to the lower part of the entrance, we have 4 individual sections over here. This is going to be the natural blocks, the colored blocks, the nether blocks, and the end blocks. Then up here on the top of the storage system is the last 3 sections. Over here is going to be the random section, and this is going to be for blocks and items that don't really fit into any of the other categories. Right next to that, we have the redstone section. That's going to have all the redstone items. And then at the top right here, we're going to have all of our ores and also all of our valuable unstackable items. But with that lengthy explanation out of the way, hopefully you have a pretty good idea of how I'm going to organize this now. And with that being said, it's finally time we start building. I have my plans written down somewhere else so we can tear all this down now. And I guess we should start with the two most important sections. That's going to be the wood section and the building block section. Each of the individual sections are going to be basically identical, and they're going to be laid out something like this. On the bottom part of each section, we're going to have a row of double chests that's going to stack 2 high like this. And each row of 2 double chests like this is going to be for one particular item. Then on top, we're going to have a similar thing like this. And it's also going to be 2 double chests high and for a particular item as well. And that's going to allow us to store 2 items per each vertical part like this. Now, this is actually not exactly how it's going to look, so let me tear this down real quick. And I'll rebuild it in the way that it's actually going to go, which is actually going to go like this. So now coming around the back of these chests, we're going to add in some hoppers like this. And then behind these hoppers, we're going to add in some item filters, which will go something like this. And now along this entire side, I'll repeat this same pattern, and then we'll do the same but mirrored on the other side. And with that done, we now have the bones for an entire section of this storage system. So now it's time we do the floors, the ceilings, and the walls. Wait. The walls and the ceilings. For the floor, I'm going to make it out of mainly deep slate tile and deep slate brick slabs, which when all complete will look something like this. Up next is the walls. And while you might be thinking that the walls are already lined with chests, which is basically true, I'm going to make it look a little bit better with some spruce planks on the sides like this. And these spruce planks will also serve a pretty important purpose as well, since these are going to be the areas where I'll put the item frames to show what item is in what chest. But with the floors and the walls all done, it's time for the ceiling now. And this is also going to be an important part of this build, since if you notice, it's pretty dark in here actually. So on the ceiling, I'm going to use some spruce stairs, and on the very top to add some lights, I'm going to put in some glowstone. And that made it so much better in here. Wow, you can actually see things now. But that's one of the 9 sections entirely complete. And if you notice out here, I've done the floors for all the other 8 sections. This is going to be an enormous build, but let's take what we did for the wood section and let's repeat it for all of the other 8. I think it's time for a time lapse. Take it away, editor. Okay, that was some pretty intense building, but we have all 9 sections of this storage system all complete. Look at it from up here. This is insane. This thing is enormous, but we do have one small issue though. While the wood and building block sections are their own independent sections directly connected to the entrance, the top and the bottom of the storage system have more than one section inside. So they're not directly connected to the entrance right here. So I'm gonna have to find a way to link these all together and then link them up to the entrance. And I also have to make it not look terrible. So I think just to start off, I'm gonna put some spruce slabs down like this. And it looks pretty boring, to be honest. I think it definitely needs some more details. What if I came in here something like this and made this shape, and then maybe down below I can add in some glowstone? Okay, then I guess on top of here I can put some copper trap doors. Okay, yeah, that actually does look quite a bit better. It's nothing too fancy, but I mean, it kind of breaks up just the blandness of just pure spruce. So I guess we'll do the same thing over on this side now. This is looking pretty decent so far. Now to contrast this raw copper look, I'm going to line this with some oxidized copper. And I'll do the same thing for the entire length of this. Let's see. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Definitely a pretty cool contrast. Oh, but wait a minute. These copper trap doors are gonna oxidize if I don't wax them. So I think this calls for one more farm. Trust me, it's gonna be worth it. Since this farm is gonna be a bee farm. This is perfect timing because it just became nighttime. So I should be able to grab my silk touch pickaxe and yoink these. Ooh, okay, it works. And I'm gonna go around and yoink all of these that are at spawn. Okay, my brain seems to have stopped working, and I recorded 10 minutes of footage with my mic muted. So this is what I did during those 10 minutes of silence. I got all 10 beehives, placed them all down into a line like this, fought off some annoying phantoms, and then finished building the rest of the farm. But now there's only one thing left to do now that I have all these dispensers filled up with shears. And that's just to break and replace all this redstone. Seems to be working. Yeah, I'm hearing all this stuff being sheared. Nice. Let's see. Sweet. Yeah, okay, we have 30 honeycomb now. Nice. Looks like this thing is working. So I guess as we wait for this farm to produce us some more honeycomb, I'll come back down here and do some more building. I think a good contrast with this spruce, copper, and oxidized copper would be some polished deep slate. That looks fairly decent. I think I might do some deep slate bricks along the walls right here, and I'll continue this same pattern along all the walls. All right, this is the design that I settled on for the walls, and I think it looks pretty decent. Going off this floor design that I made earlier, I made a similar thing, but a bit smaller to add some details to the walls, because otherwise it would have been the same thing like the floors, just way too boring. So now it's time to do the ceiling, and I was thinking I could come around the edge like this with some oxidized cut copper slabs. And then on top of that, I'm going to come in with some deep slate tile slabs. Some copper trapdoors in the center, making sure to wax all these guys. I'm not even going to have enough honeycomb, am I? Yep, okay, never mind. But on top of that, to finish it off, I'm going to place down some glowstone. And there we have it. This looks pretty cool. It's nothing too elaborate, but it gets the job done. Now, I'm going to take this exact same pattern, and I'm going to repeat it over on this side. Okay, check this out. Both corridors are all complete. Oh, it's already starting to oxidize, though. Bruh. Let's go see how our bee farm is doing, because the last step that we have to do to complete those corridors is to wax all the copper. This should be super easy. Let's see here. This thing looks like it's working pretty well. And it is. Nice. That should be everything that we need, to be honest. Let's go finish waxing up all that copper now. And there we have it. All the raw copper is all waxed. And with that done, this storage system build is basically complete. But wait a minute, let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Sure, this storage system is technically done being built, but this is supposed to be an automatic storage system. Meaning for it to be fully functional, we have to set up all of these auto sorters behind our chests. And in addition to that, we also have to place items into all of these item frames so we know what goes where. This is going to be a little complicated, but let me explain real quick. Like you guys have already seen, behind all of our chests are our auto sorters. These hoppers with the composters on them are the hoppers that take our items around the entire storage system. And then right down below these hoppers are some more hoppers, and these are going to be our item filters. And these are the hoppers that we're going to have to configure. Basically, in order to make them filter items, we're going to place the item we want to filter right here, and then we'll fill up the rest of the hopper with a random renamed item. These are not random renamed items, but you get the point. So basically, once we have that configured, if an item is traveling along these upper hoppers, it will only get picked up by the correct hopper down below. And that's what allows us to have this storage system be completely automatic. But there's one small problem with this setup. Basically, in order for this storage system to work, every single item filter has to be properly configured. If even one of them is not properly configured, then it breaks the entire storage system. Meaning that we're gonna have to go find the close to 900 different items this storage system can sort. That's almost every single block in the game. For context, if you filter out all the non-stackable items, there's only about 1,000 items that you can get in survival. And this storage system stores about 900 of them. So it's basically every single item in the game. We have a lot of work cut out for ourselves. But thankfully, I have an idea on how we can make this faster. Oh, hey, I don't think he likes my idea. Go away. Anyways, if I come into this chest right here and grab all the ender pearls I got from killing endermen I accidentally made angry, blaze rods I got from farming wither skeleton skulls, gunpowder I got from killing creepers while digging out the area for the storage system, and some sugarcane, I'm gonna combine these 4 items into some super useful stuff. And I think you guys probably have an idea of where this is going, since with our blaze rods we're gonna craft blaze powder, and using our ender pearls we're gonna craft eyes of ender. And while we're at it, we'll also craft some firework rockets, and also an ender chest. Alright, so now that we have these ender pearls, I think you know what comes next. Of course, the first one breaks. How great. It's time to kill the Ender Dragon, since after we do, it's gonna allow us to get 2 very important items, with those 2 being shulker boxes and the elytra. We need the elytra to fly around the world and get all the blocks that we need, and we need shulker boxes to bring the items that we get back home. Alright, do I have everything I need? Can I have a bunch of random stuff in my inventory right now? I mean, I have a bow and arrow, I have my sword, I have armor. I think I should be good, right? Let's just do this. Okay, here we are. I didn't bring any beds with me, so I guess I'll be doing this the traditional way. That's gonna involve shooting all these crystals. All right, we got all the towers. Now we just have to shoot the dragon itself. If I can even aim. Hello. Oh, it's perching. Okay, here we go. It's perched. All right, hello, dragon. Nice, that was some good damage. Okay, just a few more shots and we should be good. All right, she's down to 1 hit. I'm gonna wait for her to perch, and I guess I'll just finish her off with my fist. And there we go. Okay, that was pretty easy. This is just step 1 of our master plan. All right, step 1 complete. It's time for step 1.1, which is getting the dragon egg. And now it's time for step 2, which is gonna be locating the gateway that just opened up. Here it is. We can then head through, and oh, we are so far away from the main islands. Why? Come on. Oh, hold on. I need to get more building blocks, actually. There's no way I'm bridging all the way there with 19 endstone. One moment. Let's head back through, and I'll get some more building blocks. With these building blocks, we can now bridge out to the outer end islands. Okay, we're here. Nice. Now, next up, we have to find ourselves an end city, and there's one right here, and it has a ship. Nice. Real quick before we grab our elytra, let's grab the dragon head, and now we're in the center. Hello. Nice. We got the elytra. Perfect. Oh, it looks really cool with this cape. Nice. Okay, what's in here? Just some diamonds and some diamond chest plate. Oh, prop 4 mending. I guess I'll take it. All right, but now that we have our elytra, that's one of the 2 things that we came here to get. With the second item being a bunch of shulker shells to craft shulker boxes. I've already gotten 4 of them, and using my crafting table and my chests, I can already craft 2. Nice. All right, let's empty out a bunch of stuff into here, and I'll grab my firework rockets out of my ender chest. Nice. We are making some amazing progress right now. But now all we have left to do in the end is to farm up a bunch of these guys. And this is probably going to be extremely annoying. Could you die, please? Thank you. All right, it's time to farm some shulkers. Okay, 22 shulker shells, that's enough for 11 shulker boxes. But since we're already in the end, I guess we might as well start collecting up the blocks that we're gonna need from here. That's gonna be stuff like chorus flowers, chorus fruits. We can come up here and grab all the materials that we can get from an end city. That's gonna be stuff like end rods, end stone bricks, and then all of the purple blocks. And that's actually all we need from the end. There really are not that many blocks that we can get from here. But now that we have all these items from the end, we should be able to head back home. All right, our end mission was successful. This is so nice being able to fly. Wow. Everything is gonna go so much faster now. Let's fly down in here. And since we have all of our end items, I guess it makes sense for us to organize the end section now. All right, here's how it's gonna go. We're gonna go purple blocks right here, purple pillars, stairs, slabs, and the dragon head. Down below, we'll do end stone and all of the end stone brick items. Then over on this side, I'm gonna do all the other items, and it's gonna look something like this. We just have 2 items left to get real quick. That's gonna be some popped chorus fruits and some end crystals. That should be pretty easy though. Over in these chests, I should have a gas tier. Here we go. Then we'll grab some glass. We'll craft up an eye of ender, and we'll make some end crystals. Nice. Oh wait, I need 2 of them. Hold on. Do I have a second gas tier? Please, these chests are a disaster. Here we go. Oh, we have 3. Nice. All right, here's our second end crystal. And the last item for the end is gonna be some popped chorus fruit. Okay, we have 2. Nice. We'll go popped chorus fruit and end crystals. Okay, so that's half of the end section all done. We have all the items displayed, but the other half is gonna be to put all of these items into the item sorters. And to do that, we're gonna have to get some filter items. That might not make sense right now, but trust me, it will make sense in just a second. Step 1 to getting our filter items is gonna be to craft up a bunch of anvils. Let's do a stack of anvils. That should be good. Oh, and real quick, I guess since we're already here, we might as well put Unbreaking 3 and Mending on my elytra. We have Mending right here, and we just have to buy Unbreaking 3. Okay, who is selling Unbreaking 3? There we go. Nice. All right, elytra. Unbreaking 3. And mending. Okay, side quest out of the way, it's back to the task at hand. With this stack of anvils that I just got, I'm gonna head over here to all these chests, and these are all the items that I got when mining out the area for the storage system. That's why we have tons and tons and tons of stone. Now, I think for our filter items, the easiest thing is gonna be just to use some stone. I'm gonna place some chests over here so we can store all of it. And I'm gonna grab some stone now, and we'll just rename it to Stone. A filter item basically can be any renamed item, and naming it Stone just saves me a bunch of time. Okay, we now have 6 stacks of stone. We're probably gonna need more, but let's start with just a stack for now. But since we have our filter items now, we should be able to grab a shulker box like this, and I'm gonna put all these items in order of how they're displayed right here. This will make sense in just a second, trust me. Okay, we have all of our items. Now it's time we head up here and around back to our auto sorters. That's these guys right here. Now with our shulker box that we just got, we can place it down, and we can start placing in the items in the order that we have them. The top row is going to be all the purple stuff, as well as the dragon head, and we'll filter it with some filter items. Okay, double checking real quick, and we have the first row all done. Okay, let's move down here for the second row, and we're going to repeat the same thing that we just did up on top, placing in all of our items, and then our filter items. Okay, sweet. Let's do a quick test so you guys can see how this works. I'm going to grab a stack of endstone, and I'm going to put it upstream of these auto sorters right here. Let's go something like this. Now this endstone's going to flow all the way through here, and once it reaches this, it's going to start filtering through. And if we click on this chest right here, yeah, we see the items coming through. Nice. This is basically how the entire system is going to work. But with one side of the end section all done, it's time to do this side now. And it's going to be basically the exact same thing that we just did. Organizing all my items in the way they're displayed, placing them into the hoppers, and adding filter items. All right, there we have it. The entire end section is all done. That's one of our 9 sections complete. Next up, let's do all the nether items. You guys already have a pretty good idea of how this is going to go, so it's time for a montage. Take it away, editor. Okay, that took quite a while, but the nether section is all done. We have all the item frames all filled up down here, and all the auto sorters configured up here. So with this done, that's 2 of our 9 sections complete. But these were 2 of the smallest sections in the entire storage system, so we better get to work finishing up the rest of these. Starting with the random blocks. This section has all the villager job sites, mob drops, and other random items. We'll then follow it up with the colored blocks, getting all 16 colors of concrete, glass, terracotta, beds, and candles. After that, we'll do the building blocks, getting all of the stone variants and other blocks that are similar. After that, we'll do the wood section. First, we'll have to get every single wood type, farm a stack of all of those, and use that to craft up all of the different wood blocks. After the wood section is the natural block section. This one contains all of the corals, dead and alive, all of the food, all of the items that can be farmed, and basically every other block that is naturally found, but isn't a stone variant. I know, slightly confusing. Second to last is the redstone section, containing stuff like pistons, observers, repeaters, rails, slime, and honey. And with that, it leaves us with the last section, all of the ores and all of the unstackable valuable items. For this, I'm gonna have to get all of the different ore variants. So that's iron, iron nuggets, raw iron blocks, and lastly, a netherite block. I know, a netherite block just to put it in an item frame. When I said we were getting every item for this storage system, I really meant it. And there we have it. Every single room in the storage system is finally complete. Well, real quick before we say that, we should probably test it. The first thing we're gonna test is to make sure none of the item sorters are misconfigured. And to do that, I'm just gonna throw a shulker box into here. Let's see, did it work? Okay, guess we're just gonna have to see. If it works properly, then the shulker box should come out in this chest. And it does. Okay, nice. So now we know that we have every single item sorter configured, but now we have to test if they're properly configured. And to do that, I'm just gonna throw in every single item I have to my name. And so far, it sounds like it's working properly, but let's just keep throwing in every single item I have and we'll see what happens. Okay, I've put every single item that I've collected so far into the storage system, and this is how it looks when it's sorting all of them. Let's go see if our items are properly filtering through now. And after waiting for a little bit for everything to start making its way through, it looks like it's all working. We have tons and tons of stone being collected, as well as all of our cobblestone. We've also managed to get some dirt, some sand. All of the bulk items have started making their way through. It looks like after all this work, our storage system is properly functional, which is good because I spent almost a month and a half working on this video. And it's been 479 Minecraft days. Wow, that is insane. And if you guys are still watching and made it all the way till the end, thank you so much. But that's gonna be all for me today, guys. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.